Pay the bills. Now you get the talents to be good at what you're good at. I don't know what you're talking about.
Jingle bells, jingle all the way. Oh, what fun it is to die when we get in the way. Hey.
Oh, marvelous.
Wow. That's, yeah.
Someone's a little jaded.
I mean, I got in the way, and I got shot. It was very rude.
Well, I mean, you know, that's
You
kind of
took one
stuff
for the
happens.
team.
You'll think a little longer next time before just jumping in.
Well, on the bright side, now I can see in the dark.
Oh, well, there you go.
I can also see through smoke. I can see through dust being in my eyes. I can see through a dust storm on the world of salvage at this point. My
Oh, the
current
world of
perception stat
salvage.
is 4 yellows plus 1 success minus 3 black dice.
Ooh.
Yeah.
Wow.
He sees everything.
I will not be blinded again.
As the space saints are my witness, I shall never be blind again.
Minus 3 black dice.
Unreal.
Fucking beat that.
Your senses have become so acute.
Yep. He has stabbed one of your eyes out. Okay, I can still see just fine.
Obviously, you're using your whiskers.
Yeah. Pocket sand.
Pocket sand has no power over me.
All right. So what are we doing? Pirates or something?
Or something.
Or something. So you did see the post about the 2,000 credits to spend. Right?
Yeah. Working on that.
Okay.
Wow.
To spend or to have?
Please get going.
to either or, it's your expense account, and wow, that's a great roll.
I know, right? Just
just a test roll for perception and 7 successes and 1 triumph. He's spotting shit now.
Yeah, that's pretty ridiculous, but hey, no.
So, of course, you guys have recovered from your second successful mission. You saved the gift exchange, and there wasn't even some white elephant alien to have to deal with.
Thank goodness.
I mean, just wait till the game that's scheduled around Valentine's Day, just saying.
Oh, no.
Oh, dear.
My bow will be better. Some diapered baby comes flying in.
Hey, Jim?
Yeah?
With my 2,000 credits, can I buy a Formsmith?
3D
It's already
printer.
5. Yeah, basically, it'll Vocal device can manufacture almost any handheld object. Basically, it adds a blue die to mechanics checks, and by God, I want to get past doors. So
If
it's
I
only
get some umbral
1200.
if I get some umbral lenses in darkness, I'll be at -5 black dice.
Isn't there a limit to
Jeez.
how little darkness affects you?
It all depends on how far
Like
you want
darkness
to
only
take
applies to how do you have a -5?
it.
You basically have ultravision and seeing all kinds of stuff that people don't see in.
It's nice being somebody who can see in the dark.
It's come in handy at least once.
I'm not an owl. Sorry, Falcon.
Hoot hoot. So of course, you guys are totally catching your R&R as you get the communique coming through with your liaison as he's very dour and you know very quiet. He immediately acknowledges your pilot, who's been very dour and quiet himself the last couple sessions, as he basically lets you guys know that your next assignment has come in. We are needing you to handle a border dispute. Apparently, you will need to capture or neutralize a rogue pirate captain. And he kind of squints and looks at our favorite sword wielding expatriated pirate.
What?
A notorious pirate captain has evaded authorities for far too long and is causing chaos by raiding merchant vessels and disrupting interstellar trade, and more importantly, bringing a soon to be heated diplomatic problem between some of our signatures. Mainly the Emirates of Hakan, and he kind of glances at your favorite Tigger pilot. The Barony of Letnev, and he squints again at our, resident Letnev on the crew. And the clans of Saar. And totally looks at our
Hey.
Saaran member of the team.
That's me.
Apparently, these three factions are either in cahoots with this Commodore, or are in effect being used as a ruse or ploy to seed discontent amongst those in the traffic lanes under assault by Uketuth Bip, the pirate commodore, the self-proclaimed pirate commodore. He possibly has as many as 5 combat ships under his authority. Which, of course, at that moment kind of makes you guys butt pucker, since remember your ship technically has no weapons on it.
Right.
Yeah. And there's only one of them.
I believe your Keleres stipends will have come in handy for this job. Am I assuming correctly? And you're just like, God, this guy's pompous as shit.
Of course it'll come in handy. Under my breath, first paycheck I've seen.
Pretty much.
Okay, so
Okay.
would I personally know anything more about this Commodore guy? Just from my own background, or should I make a roll, or what?
I mean, there's always a possibility you might know something.
Could I try a society culture roll?
I could probably let that happen.
All right.
As you're just like,
Just to
oh,
see.
It's in the acid of space. Damn it.
Let's give this a shot. Oh, wait. I need to do. Oh, that was quick.
The first one was actually me updating the dice pool from 5 points for you to 4 points for you. Now you have 5 points again.
All right. Here we go.
Oh,
Take that upgrade.
shit,
Well, it
snacks.
didn't show up, though.
What do you mean? I'm seeing 3 successes and a threat.
Yeah.
What do you see?
Your upgrade didn't show up.
Oh, you're right, it didn't.
Just
Go
if
ahead
you
and
want to
give me
just
back
roll
that
a
point.
red and just roll a red instead of that blank purple.
Wow, look at you being dangerous.
That was gonna be nice. I can re-roll though if you prefer. Oh,
Okay,
yeah.
2 threats. So, there'll be something hinky with your intel. So immediately, you being, of course, privy to the piracy stuff, I will totally tell you that you know for a fact that, and I will put his name in there because I don't want to pronounce it again, but we will call him Commodore Bap. That's B-A-P. But when you see the name, you totally know that that is a amalgamated pirate name. It's totally a Dread Pirate Roberts name that's been used by way too many generations of, you go back like 5 generations in your own family and you think you can find one family member who used that name himself.
Mm-hmm.
So immediately with your successes, you know for a fact there is no individual with that name, but it is merely a title handed down. Because in this date and age, would a pirate captain really use his real name? Because, eventually somebody wants to retire to a pleasure planet.
Mm-hmm. I'll just casually throw that in, like everybody knows this, of course.
Ho, 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 ho. And you say this with your attaché on the line as he's giving you the briefing.
Mm-hmm.
And he like stumbles back a few, mental steps and gets out his pad and starts typing in, ridiculously quick and says, yes, of course, because there has been a Captain Ukareth Bap for over 5,000 generations. It's absurd to think that it would be a actual person's name handed down from generation to generation. Those clever pirates. As I was saying, you will have access to the Allied forces' security forces for reinforcements. So thankfully, you will have the auditors available to you from as he totally looks up, he says, looks like the 5th branch of the House Blood Talon. Excellent, excellent. As the Emirates of Hakan, they are known for not taking any gruff from any pirate fleets, as they are well known for many generations to never take prisoners from pirates, or apparently debtors. And he shoots you the communiques to some of the local allied forces for the Emirates of Hakan. Did you have a question?
I forgot. Go ahead.
Okay. His magnanimousness threw you off, as well as the barony of the Letnev has a battle cruiser within a short hyperspace jump, which should be instrumental for assisting you if you are able to locate the pirates' stronghold, for they can provide orbital bombardment if you should need such backup. And of
Are
course,
we?
Oh, go ahead.
Sorry, I remember my question. Are we expecting that they're going to be just hostile right out the gates, or do we think that there may be a chance to resolve this diplomatically, like realistically?
Now, by who exactly are you referring to is the question. Are you
Well,
talking
like
about
the
the
pirates
pirates?
themselves. I mean, they obviously.
If there are pirates, you'd probably think they would either try to rip you off or be hostile, most likely.
Okay, so
At least
unlikely.
three large craft from each of these organizations has disappeared, and numerous smaller crafts. If the blood talons, if the blood claws were brought out by the Emirates of Hakan, you know that they're not fucking around at this point. Enough Hakan ships went disappearing or were destroyed that the Emirates are sending basically a hit squad out there of professional pirate hunters.
All right.
And then the emissary from the clan of
Easy there.
the wasteland dust. It does vex me so. As the clans of Sahar have a small contingent of security vessels out protecting one of their local colonies that is reported to have casualties from these pirates. Any one of the three allies could provide you potential backup. And of course, a little diagram pops up showing you the rough time estimates. At least 12 hours for backup, which is not bad. It's not bad at all. It's not 2 weeks. And
Well, that's
even
always
quicker
nice.
if you were to call them ahead of time and say get in position at this spot. You totally know they can move themselves to a very close position if you had one. As well as the liaison contacts for each of the three allied groups in case you need to get more information because you're being sent there on official business. It's always nice to be told you're being officially sent there
Yeah.
to track down and apprehend the rogue pirate contingents and prove if any allied group is supporting the pirates or are all equally victimized. Because, of course, you guys totally know the whole privateer thing. Many organizations have sanctioned privateers to go after their friendly neighbors and provided safe havens. And please contact the organizations that have been victimized by the pirates. Follow any leads and gathered intelligence that you can find to track the rogue pirate contingency to whatever system or hideout they are using. And engage and apprehend this alleged Plumdenam pirate Commodore. Now that we know that it's just a fake name and not a real person's name, he will no longer keep referring to him as that name in general.
Hmm.
And once you have secured him, ensure there, using, the generic distinction, secure transport to Keleres authorities for trial or imprisonment. He or she or they must be apprehended in questionable condition. And you know the emphasis is in they can be questioned, not their condition is questionable. Do you require any further research or information while we are still within close comms range? So far, 15 vessels have been struck by this pirate Commodore.
A lot of fucking vessels.
It
Yeah.
is.
Yes.
What's their standard attack MO?
Unfortunately, very little data has been provided. I will send you the one emergency message that was received before the ship and crew disappeared. Other than that, they seem to take vessels intact, and the crew are never seen again.
Okay, is there any commonality to the cargo?
Ooh. Excellent question. As he starts flipping buttons and clicking things. And
To the
let's see what
cargo or to either the destination or source of the ship? Like, is it the same people handling these ships and loading them? Is it the same people that are supposed to be offloading them?
Ooh, that's good questions.
Unfortunately, the data is inconclusive as the reports seem to contradict each other.
Damn.
Henceforth, why I'm sending my ablest-bodied team to inquire further information from direct sources, as long-distance communique can be somewhat unreliable for interrogation. I mean, inquisition. Please report back and send
Both
back
words are
regular
ugly.
intervaled reports with your information in case something were to happen to you.
I just gotta say, my ambassador translated both of those words as the same. Um,
Yeah. Yeah, they're both ugly, ugly words.
maybe in your language, in my language, they're just normal words, but like it's the same word.
Ask questions, figure shit out.
No. In my language, it means beat people until we know what they know.
As he totally is pausing.
Am I
waiting
misunderstanding something?
No.
Not that much, really.
As there's a pause, waiting for any final questions.
Yeah, I don't know. What does our ship have? I forget. Anything?
It's unarmored. It's unarmed.
So they got a special combat ship in case we run into them.
Nope. They've got a number for us to call.
If you're about to be boarded, call this number so we can send
Yeah,
another team.
The number is
Phone a
just
friend.
88 crime. Call crime
And what's
stop.
worse, it comes with a hold message.
I bet. All right.
Totally.
What's the hold music? Is it just like some smooth jazz, or what do we got going on?
Some crazy Twilight Imperium techno.
Oh,
It's it.
All right. Well.
you think in the Star Wars universe they use jizz as the hold music on stuff?
You know they do. I mean, hell, you know the Emperor probably has that on his console.
It's his ringtone.
I'm feeling like the mood for
Hold
a
on a second. I
jizz.
need to take this.
Hold for Papa Palpatine.
Hold for Papa.
Wow.
You've been in your TIE fighter
Anyway.
for 2 weeks?
All right. So you said we're not restricted, right?
Yep, you're not restricted. You are licensed
All right.
agents. There are no restrictions on equipment for you.
Okay. Well, you asked for it.
Other than the horrible credit rating you all have.
We have a license to kill, or at the very least, severely maim.
License to kill, but the sad part is you can't afford reloads. It's
Speak for
almost like
yourself.
this organization is purposely underfunded. All the signatories will give you the idea that you have autonomy and authority, and nobody will actually acknowledge it.
Yeah. Well,
Kika.
okay. Yeah,
So
sort
where
then.
do we go first?
To our ship.
And you are
And then where? What's our
totally
first?
given the coordinates to head to, and there basically is like 10 different sites where these shipjackings have taken place. They seem completely random from what you've gotten. And with the closing words of your liaison, he gladly looks at the monitor and each of you and says, "You have done the Keleres proud with a
Of course.
100% success rate. My calculations show that you are about due to fail at some point."
Yeah.
Wow.
And sorry, you're breaking up. I didn't catch that last.
Please do not
Right.
fulfill my expectations.
Wow.
You're a
Worst,
jerk.
worst boss ever.
All right.
Don't
So-
worry, I can find at least 3 flaws in those calculations.
On in whose favor?
We need to use a different kind of math for the answer we want.
Yeah, it'll be in our favor eventually.
Actually, I think math works the other way around, but sure.
Guys, let's just go get our
So-
hands on a graviton pulse cannon and set it up wherever they're like cutting into our ship. And when they open it, we just destroy their entire ship with a handheld weapon.
I mean, that's not a bad
I was-
plan. I'm just saying.
I was kind of
Except-
thinking, put it out there that we've got some awesome cargo, but and then like go out and send out a distress beacon like in this area and wait for them to come to us.
That's totally a valid tactic. I mean, somebody scans your ship. It's an unarmed courier vessel.
Yeah.
And
I
then
mean,
we
I was looking at a mod for the bow, which would put breach on it. I mean,
Though, doesn't that mod also reduce the damage by 2? Isn't the damage already 1?
but you can't go below 1. So, but I thought it added 2. I think to it.
it's
But
the
No,
bow of
it
healing.
It drops the damage by 2, but adds breach and cumbersome 3. I remember reading it.
Yeah, it also already has cumbersome 3. So, or unwieldy 3. Sorry.
Now you have to
So
deal
now
with
it'll
the
be
strength
cumbersome and
But we do have to return the feller in questionable condition.
Yes, he
So
has
we want
be
to
able
breach
to be.
carefully.
I mean, we can certainly make sure that it's questionable whether you can call him a person afterwards.
I mean, for diplomatic reasons, regardless of who this Joker is and who this Joker works with, they want to make sure to have a nice public trial because that looks better when you actually convict the pirates of space piracy with proof.
Yeah. Well,
Listen, I'm just saying, a graviton pulse cannon, only 3 damage. Pay no attention to the fact that it has breach 3.
Well, buy away.
Only
You got
3 damage.
2,000 credits.
Hey, everybody, let's pull our credits.
Yeah.
I don't know what it runs, but I already spent mine.
Actually, only runs 2,500, surprisingly.
Oh, well, see.
Though to be fair, that 2,500 is also tagged with a rarity 9.
But he said
Yeah.
there wasn't a limit, so.
Yes, but James also tends not to take in rarity into account when calculating prices.
I'm
All right.
usually pretty fair for that. If that's fair market value, well, why, sure. In the Keleres headquarters, you have one.
Yeah. Well, so yeah, with that I bought elite shock trooper or elite shock armor, which increases brawn by 1 to a max of 5, which also affects soak. And then so it's 2 soak, 1 defense, so that's actually 3 soak with the brawn. Plus encumbered threshold 10 plus brawn, and then added anti-grav rig, which allows me to basically once per encounter, I can pretty much move anywhere, short range, up or down, and once per encounter, medium range in a leap, and then slow down 2 bands of falling. So
Somebody's like, interesting. The bird species has learned to fly again.
right?
My cool purchase. I got just a couple utilitarian things, except I got dignitary's garb, so if I need to dress up official-like, can do that. It actually removes 2 threat from all social skill checks. And then the other thing I got was the covert stealth, covert stealth suit. Covert armored skin, that's what it was.
Nice.
As we now have a Letnev in a fancy uniform. Big shocker. Everyone on the betting pool was waiting to see how quickly the Letnev got dressed nicely.
Yep. They won. So that's my like dignitary stuff, but then I got that ninja stealth suit as needed.
All right. So we're gonna send out some kind of beacon or signal that we're doing something, or what?
Yep,
Then,
you have
like gear.
You have the coordinates and the
Get some-
comm frequencies for the 3 different allied groups, so you can go talk to them personally while you're traveling. And
like, oh, gee, we got this great gear we got to drop off. They're gonna love it. It's so expensive.
Yeah, do we want to do that? Use ourselves as bait and just draw them in?
I mean,
and we can, if we pick a location, we can have all our reinforcements pretty close.
I'm game.
Yeah.
All right, let's do it.
I mean, I'm sensing at least 12% of a plan here.
That's all you need.
So I assume someone is looking at the map of the ambush sites where the ships have just disappeared. Am I correct?
Do we actually have a? Yeah, if we have a map to look at.
Yeah. Like I said, he totally sent you the map.
Oh, okay. Can you pull it up for us?
We don't have a physical copy of the map. I mean the virtual.
I was like, do you want to look at it? You were like, yeah.
Does someone have an astrocartography to look up the map?
Sure.
Go ahead.
Chris might be better at astrocartography. I don't know if he has any points in it. I'm one yellow, 2 green.
I've got 4 greens.
All right.
Can I help?
Yeah.
So what would he be adding? A blue
He
or
would be
green?
He'd be adding a green because he's got a higher base stat than me.
Okay. As you guys jump to the ship, you see the fancy new garb and gear and things that you're wearing that you've obviously put your heart in cash into. Go ahead, and as you guys take off, the ship's doing the autopilot takeoff, thankfully, or our Hakan pilot is very quiet as he's doing the piloting for y'all.
Right.
See how that works? Go ahead and give me your roll.
Huh.
As you look at the space map, and it looks like someone just shotgunned a bunch of ambush sites on this map.
Hey,
nothing seems to really come through.
Turn it over the other side.
Oddly enough, you were also saying, no, seriously, someone bring the map up. It's probably a little confusing, I'm thinking, because 3 different groups sent 3 different maps out, and they kind of overlaid them kind of hectically and sloppily, as the 3 different species use a different style of astrocartography, programming. All of a sudden we had, iOS trying to talk to Windows 11, trying to talk to somebody who's still running Windows 97.
Let me guess. That's us, right?
But you have one advantage.
Is there any way we can get any data on like where each ship came from? Like I know when you did the check earlier, like they don't have any information on the manifests and all the other information, but it's like I feel like at least some of the information about where they were coming from should be available.
Okay, yeah, the protocols that it visited last before disappearing versus where it's going to.
Yeah, I want to try to plot their trajectory to see if anything stands out.
Yeah, from one port to another, what's the cross paths?
Or at least just get likely destinations for their next one. For their next stop.
As you guys are traveling through the speed of less than light, because in Twilight Imperium nothing goes that fast.
Yeah.
You have a certain number, and that number is 6 of protocols where the ships left and disappeared en route.
The number of the counting shall be 6.
6.
Okay. How many of those are common between the ships? Because there's 15 ships, right?
Yep.
And 6 ports of call. So, which of those ports of call had the most visits from ships that disappeared?
Ooh, that's a good question. The one that seems most is going to be Port Mechatol.
Mechatol.
So Mechatol Rex?
Holy cow.
Nope, it's just called Port Mechatol. It is a port that formerly was a hidden Saar asteroid base, or as some people call it, the smuggling den.
Hey.
That offered a nice mid-bustling activity of transport of mostly illegal trade, until, of course, the Keleres came out and the Saar basically went a little more public with their stuff. You totally know that Port Mechatol was one of those secret places where, kids were put to grow up and get strong, nice, safe, stable location, mainly because it was fucking secret. But now it's pretty much a bustling thoroughfare for ships coming and going. Mainly because for a century they were mining good engineering fuels and just weren't sharing with anybody but their own people. Now they can sell the surplus.
So this is the port they were leaving from?
Yep, this is the last port they stopped off at before disappearing into oblivion.
Yeah, we might just go stop there and find the crew there picking out their targets.
It's worth a try.
Yep. Let's.
And it's even more stand outish because, it's a Sahar colony, and you just happen to have a member of that species who figured that out. Interesting enough.
So, in that case, we're currently on Mechatol Rex.
You are.
What we should probably do is stop off in a different system, and then from that system, then head to Port Mechatol. Because you don't want to be you don't want to be seen coming from the seat of government and law enforcement, right?
No.
Yeah, probably looks bad.
I don't know what you're talking about, but okay.
No, not with those little shiesty bastards.
All
right,
then
I'll
again,
remember that.
To a birdman, everything with hair looks like food.
I'll remember that.
Am I wrong? You're the one thought of it.
Just some things that you shouldn't say out loud.
And you're not a bastard, just shiesty.
Okay, so we get the screen swipe. Is there anything you guys are doing en route? As it only takes you, 6 days to get there. Damn you, travel time.
Can I try and triangulate between the 6 ports and see if I can find out a couple of likely locations for a secret pirate base?
Oh, but there's so many.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, give me an astrocartography roll, as you're totally kicking yourself for not doing it before you left the planet. There's a giant library back home. I totally should have looked it up there. Oh, wait, the ship's record should be totally updated. Oh, wait.
Hang on, I'm sorry, I'm.
No, it's okay. Astrocartography, it's basically on your character sheet under a different name. Should be the...
No, we're using the Shadow of the Beanstalk one, so astrocartography is not on here. You have to add it to the custom at the bottom.
No,
Yeah.
it is there. I have 4 greens as established earlier, but I do have a vast intellect, and once per session I can spend a story point as an incidental before your character makes this skill check to count their ranks, and the skill being used is equal to their intellect,
God damn.
which is 4.
So 4 upgrades for the low price of 1 story point. You tiny little big-brained genius. You're putting that tiny little fish brain to huge usage.
I'd say it's a pretty huge.
He's 90% brain and 10% moral corruption.
Pretty much.
Something like that.
He's like, if I could only put that data spike in my skull, think of how many extra things I could figure out.
Okay, are we ready?
Yep. 4
think of all the things
upgrades.
I could think.
There's at least 2 threat there that can save my bacon. So, there is a old mined out
Did we lose you?
Nope. I'm typing, so I didn't want to talk really slow and special or talk and type what I'm talking instead of what I'm actually doing.
Okay, just making sure.
So the first one that gets your attention, if I was a pirate captain needing to drop ships off on a planet, I would need a planet with an atmosphere, and you're going through all these calculations and seeing all the algebra symbols flying through your head. The first one is a planet that is designated F6D4. This is what happens when you just hit the keyboard and see what comes up. It is a old, mined out, smog covered moon that has just the thinnest of atmospheres. Once upon a time, the Saar showed up and basically found out they had valuable minerals on this planet. And they swooped on this moon and turned it into a giant, beautiful, dirt-colored Swiss cheese ball. Because they basically mined this thing for everything it was worth.
Okay, wow. So.
And it does have a atmosphere, but it's on like every chart to do not come to this place. It is death, thanks to industrial waste and things like that.
It's got an atmosphere. It's just a poisoned atmosphere.
I mean, you know for a fact your whole people would have no problem in your suits going there.
Well, that's... at least the propaganda says so.
Ooh,
well, yeah.
The conspiracy theorist chimes in. And then the other, number 2, is a protoplanet that's still in the early evolution development. Apparently, there was failed terraforming once upon a time to it that broke the tectonic plates of the planet, so they scrapped it long ago. But the planet is mostly either incredibly salty ocean,
Ooh.
as in Red Sea, the Dead Sea salty ocean,
Okay. So
which
not
means
ideal.
less likely for you to want to go swimming in that, because you take 3 gulps and all of a sudden your liver shrinks and dries up. Or it is covered with very, very thick swamp-like jungle. Around the equator of the planet is basically all swampy jungle, according to the last updates from 1,000 years ago.
Sure.
And what's the name of that planet? Or rather, protoplanet.
It is known as RFS. Or no, RFS.
Really fucking salty.
Whoever failed at the math on the terraformers that were sent there, just put their initials on it as "Do not go to this world." That's my initials, RFS.
Okay. So, I still think our plan that we have is good, but I will provide this information. Maybe the pirate among us can figure out which one's most likely.
Not a pirate.
No.
I think we mean the other one.
Talking to me.
Yeah.
Sorry,
he's not
I'm
a
just very
pirate, he's a
sensitive to this.
salvager.
Boy, kind of touchy about that, aren't you?
So aren't pirates.
You people have been calling my
people.
people.
If no one claims it and it's floating around space, it's not piracy, it's salvage.
So, could I then maybe use my own back knowledge to perhaps identify any of these as more or less likely than another?
Not at this point.
Okay.
I mean, you have not heard of either of these ever been used by any pirates.
All right, fair enough.
I mean, you guys are lucky. You've got the updated charts from almost only 1,000 years ago from the Empire. It totally makes them the most up-to-date stuff. As you guys are zipping through hyperspace and you're making your plans, I'm totally going to say this is a good time to take a quick restroom break, because I could totally use the restroom. So let's take a quick 5 as you guys formulate your plan. And I'll go to where most folks do the most thinking. I'll be right back.
Mm-hmm.
I still think the plan of having them attack us is probably our best way to go, but at least now we have some information.
Yeah. Where to fly to, fly out of, and fly by.
Where to make sure hears about this, where to be near for to send the distress call.
Yeah.
Yep.
And the beauty of it is we can have our reinforcements pretty close to us with this particular plan.
Yep.
Exactly. Provided they respond.
Well, if one doesn't, then you know that they're the traitor.
What if all 3 don't?
Well, then we're just in trouble, and we got bigger problems.
Thank you for not saying bigger fish to fry.
It crossed my mind, but I figured I'd be culturally sensitive in this one occasion. Just this once.
No comment.
Fair enough.
I was gonna say something, Mom. Like, well,
No cacaw.
I was just thinking fresh is better than frying, but
Raw and wriggling.
right off the bone. Just saying.
Off the bone. I thought it was bone and all.
It does help with the calcium. I mean, those got to keep those bird bones healthy.
Healthy and hollow.
Damn, boy, you frying chicken in there?
That's what it sounds like.
Oh, I just got the faucet running. This microphone's actually fairly sensitive.
Mm-hmm.
But it doesn't sound like a helicopter every
garbage.
time the AC. Not every time the AC comes on, though.
Worth every dollar.
Yeah.
I'll agree.
For sure.
I don't know. I almost missed the speeder bikes.
Yeah, the old apartment, people like to drag race on Algernon for whatever reason.
I mean, they gotta drag race somewhere, right?
I guess.
I mean, when I used to live at Grant and Alvernon, they'd be going down Alvernon.
Yeah, I was at Fort Lowell in Algernon. I was only a mile north of there. How do you give him his meds? It's impossible to get meds into our cats. Oh, okay. Soaks it right up. Yeah, we had to do that. That was such a pain.
Yeah, because when he was injured, they asked if we're going to get. We asked for the injection. Say goodbye. And then follow.
Mm-hmm.
Rather than go back in. Problem. And it works if it's so.
Oh, really? Wow. do you have a cone of shame for him?
We have 2 cones of shame somewhere in the house.
Mm.
And the other one is somewhere.
Yeah, those cones don't work super well on cats. We had a kitten years ago and had a cone and came in to check on it, and it had its one leg in the cone, stuck forward, trying to push it off, and got all the way through because they're limber. Yeah.
Oh my gosh.
It's like, okay. Right.
Oh my gosh. Hmm.
It's just crazy watching the news and showing the airplane, the
The
escape
door that
door
came
blew
off.
out. Yeah.
Yeah, Boeing
Yeah.
stock's not going to be doing well on Monday.
No, they downed the entire line of aircraft. The 737 MAX 9 jetliner.
Hmm.
Yeah, because apparently nobody was sitting in the seat immediately next to it, but some kid sitting somewhere near it, like a small child, apparently had it rip its shirt off. Like,
Whoa.
yeah, 16,000 feet, and then had to fly to land. Yep. Yep. So yeah, 16,000 feet. That's still a respectable height up there. And depending on
by
how
the
far they
way.
were from an airport.
Yeah, it's just psycho.
Ah,
Hmm.
man, everybody's pretty calm in the video. Hmm.
I'm fine with that.
It kind of does both, you know. Yeah, there you
Yeah.
go. You
Well,
get both.
to a point. Mm-hmm.
So good news. This is completely off topics. But I bought a talent. So you guys, because I'm always engaged to melee fight, I bought a talent. So I can't be hit by friendly fire, even with a despair.
Nice.
Nice. What are you,
So
afraid?
I can be up, yeah, I can be up close and fighting and not have to worry if you guys are opening up with ranged weapons.
Oh yeah, you're worried about the other two.
Well, because yours will be like this. I wouldn't even know it hit me until like
Right.
hours later.
Like, oh wait, what's that leaking on the floor next to me? What the hell?
Oh, I saw it hit that.
Small hole.
I saw it hit the guy in front of me. Let me backtrace. Hey, wait a second. You were right behind me.
Nice clean hole through that guy. I was wondering what hole.
Yeah, sometimes you gotta
No
shoot
more.
through to get to the target.
No more friendly fire.
I have successfully deceived that soft gelatinous chunky.
Yay.
That's the trick. One cat is. That's not the medicine way. It's the picky shit. It's happened. Yes, I'm talking about you as a trigger.
Mhm.
Alright.
No. Okay, good. All that matters. The meds are gone. That's all I care about. You know, classic 80s medicine. As long as you're eating enough antibiotics, you'll be fine. That'll cure anything, or, nothing at all. Though the cat has learned to hate me when I have the syringe in my hand.
Mhm.
Because he's like, you're going to shoot water down my throat, you son of a bitch.
Put a little dollop of whipped cream right over where it would like squirt out from, right over the tip, and just kind of play dumb. He'll come up and start to eat the whipped cream, and you just fire it away. Works really well once.
Hey, last night we had fried chicken for dinner, and he was like, "You got chicken? You got chicken?" Because I chew it up nice and small for him and feed him some. And totally had the syringe ready and waiting, shook it to make sure it was, broke down in the water, smeared chicken grease all over the tip of it, and held out the chicken so he'd bite it from my finger. And as soon as he licked, squirt. And he looked like I was the biggest son of a bitch in the world. 'Cause cat.
Hilarious.
And he apparently is on his last 2 pills, so he's almost done with his antibiotics. And thankfully
Yay.
his wound looks amazing except for the rash that he keeps picking at. Because apparently cats are like 4-year-olds in picking scabs. Or if you ever saw the cat D&D meme. I am a cleric, healing touch, and then I am a rogue, bite. I heal you for 6 points of damage, then I do 2 points of damage. You're coming out with a positive sum. So, screen swipe. You guys are in the ship. You're in close communications range to all 3 parties if you want to reach out to any of said parties.
Well, they wanted us to touch base with them at least, did they not?
It was largely suggested. I mean, you guys are professionals. They trust you to do your job.
Do you want to let's have our plan and then call them and just tell them what to do. That way we can just see how they react.
Ooh, I like this word plan you say. I'm
Right?
not sure if it works like you think. I don't think this
Wow.
plan means what you think it does.
I know I'm not the one to do
Strategy?
the talking.
I can coerce a little bit.
I can coerce a lot of it.
Sadly, your tiger friend is sleeping in his bunk with a little note that says, "Do not disturb," and it shows a cat catching a mouse.
Me, 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 me. Me, 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 me.
Yeah, I can coerce, but it doesn't do quite as good when I'm not in person.
I can deceive.
Believe it or not,
I can just flagrantly lie.
It's hard to do gunslinger diplomacy when you don't
Over
when you're not present in person.
You're
and your
totally
ship has
doing
a weapon.
that Star Trek display screen as you're like, "You're gonna do what I say, homie," and you pull up your shirt to show your blaster in your pant line.
Yeah.
And they just like, "Off button, please."
Believe it or not, I don't have any social skills.
Believe it.
Well, you have something. They're
Totally
good or
believed
bad.
it.
Oh yeah, they're bad.
These
I
are
got
not
it.
the social skills you're looking for.
Actually, I do actually have 2 in charm. 2 yellow. So,
Oh, that's not bad.
Yeah.
and a yellow and green in coercion. So,
Oh, okay.
It's not bad at all.
Well,
Yeah, it
But I'm
sounds
su-
like
but
you
I'm
get
sure
voted
so-
Mr.
I'm sure somebody's got better than that, though.
probably not the charm. My coercion is a yellow, 2 greens, an automatic success, and -2 threat.
Wow.
-2 threats, nice.
Well, all of mine have -2 threat now. Because I've got the diplomatic carve. As long as they, as long as Keleres is like, as long as they understand Keleres authority, then I get the threat subtraction.
As you're about
If
to
they-
calm somebody, and he's like, "Wait, don't call him yet. I gotta go get changed."
I gotta get dressed.
Do you have
It's my
leadership?
nice clothes. I don't have leadership. I have coercion. And then I've got 2 greens in leadership. Oh, I get 2 greens, but I get an automatic success in leadership.
I mean, that's
And
close.
-2 threat.
Well done.
Looks like I'm doing the talking.
Unfortunately, unless you need me to lie, I'll lie.
Yeah, I'll tap you twice on the shoulder if I need you to fib a little.
Okay, so which one of your 3 contacts are you calling first?
Well, let's start just deciding amongst ourselves. Are we gonna go with this use ourselves as decoys thing, or are we gonna go try something else first?
I'm fine with that.
As the best part is this conversation is actually a montage over 3 days at the lunch, breakfast, dinner table.
Okay, so we just need to pick a decent spot to be, and then we'll tell them to all post up within, pretty close range of it. You guys weren't able to make heads or tails of like the ideal location, but if we could maybe be something that's like relatively near that port.
Well, how close are those 2 potential hideout locations? Are they within a general sector, or?
They're in 2 different sectors of space, only like a 2 to 3 day distance from each other.
Which one's closer to that Mechatol port place?
Do me a favor. Somebody give me a astrogation roll there.
Somebody read the map for me, please.
This sounds like something I can probably figure out. We're figuring out stuff around Asar, her trade post. I think Asar probably has an idea.
Can I help you out with another green?
Sure.
As you guys are eating and pulling up the holo display. Okay, I've got the green in there for you.
Boop.
Whoa!
That's a lot of stuff there.
What the hell?
Nice. No, not nice. Ouch.
Beautiful. I'm seeing it's beautiful.
I mean, it's a
That was a
success.
well spent story point, James.
I mean, it was a success. So we got at least that.
So you're wanting to know which one is closer to what again? What is the exact verbiage of your question?
Wow.
Make
It's
me
not a
use my
wish.
Fey skills.
It's
The
not a wish. Come on.
question.
One of us tells only the truth and the other only lies.
Have you slept
The
with
qu-
so and so's wife?
The question was that I posed was that between those two potential pirate hideouts, which of those was closer to Port Nekatal?
The closer one to Port Nekatal. With your success and advantage, the closer one would be, in fact, the Dead Sea Swamp World, RFS. It's literally a hop, skip, and a jump away from there.
So it seems to me that that would at least be a reasonable place to consider starting for the, in terms of, a good place to send out a distress beacon.
Oh, we're gonna go play.
That makes sense.
So we're gonna go play disabled. Oh, okay.
Well,
I thought we
not,
were
I
gonna
mean,
fly.
not necessarily disabled, but play like, bait. We don't have to be disabled, but we're bait.
Oh, okay.
I'm a little bird with a broken wing. Flap, flap, flap.
Right.
And so what we would also be good to do is somebody could mock up a really like enticing like cargo manifest, and then so that we have a manifest, and if somebody fakes it, some way, if somebody scans us, we can fake a scan like it's actually on board. I know we have a techie guy that might be able to handle that.
Yeah, we've also got a guy who's been itching to lie.
There you go. So that's what I'm thinking. Come up with a false story for us.
That's a really good plan. Somebody would question whether you guys are actually the good guys or not with that plan.
Of course, we're the good guys.
You gotta think like a pirate to be.
I don't have any evidence towards us being the good guys, but like, we're the good guys.
We saved the planet. What are you talking about?
I'm totally
You guys
hearing
sold
the
the information
space...
about a hyperspace destroying weapon to each of your governments.
The more people that have knowledge of it, the less chance there is that somebody can monopolize and exploit it.
The only governments that didn't hear about that weapon were the Tsar, because the fuck are they going to do about it? And the Hakan, because he wasn't here.
I had very good reason for that. I stick to it. But so, how does that sound?
As with your beautiful astrogation roll, there's a bipping dot of the sweet spot in space.
So we got to fly to the port and do some business there, and then fly out of there, and then good to go.
That's a pretty good 12% of a plan right there.
Yeah,
that's all you need. As long as that 12% catches.
We just need to put it out there that we're
thing in the universe that could possibly happen. That exact point on the map is probably where there is a little fucking space station that the pirates are based out of. Just that exact, down to the fucking nanometer spot.
So, okay. So once we feel like we have a good handle on what we're doing and where we're going, then we can contact the people and tell them where to be and when.
Okay, so which one do you reach out to first?
You know, do you guys? We can get them on conference call. How's that sound? Knock them all out in one fell thing.
Wow.
Ooh, have all three on.
Do they get along?
Sure.
If they want to catch some pirates, they will.
Okay. Diplomacy isn't my thing. I defer to your expertise.
Diplomacy isn't my thing either. I'm just going trying to expedite the conversations. I'd
You
rather
saw how
have one
everybody got-
conversation than three.
You saw how everybody got along in the last party, right? So I mean, the gift exchange.
I'll take the duty of telling these people where to go.
Okay.
I mean, yeah, and one roll is probably safer than 4 or 3.
Yeah.
True.
What's the worst that happens?
Piss them all off or make them all happy.
Yeah.
So,
As your people would say, let's put all our eggs in one basket.
Yeah, exactly. What's the worst that can happen? Conference call.
so immediately you pull up the conference call from hell, as you know. It takes, it's that awkward Zoom call where everybody has different latency going on. So immediately the clan logo of the local SAR pops up, and you see a guy like totally do that whole kind of spits their beverage out that they were drinking as the camera light blinked green to let them know that they're now live on camera. As he just totally tries to clean his face. And then this very precise logo of the barony of the Letnev is just twirling with this slight imperialistic. It sounds almost like the theme song in Mockingbird, Mockingjay.
Wow.
The imperial
yeah.
theme song they give before the cannon blows. And then the Hakan Emirates, you just totally see some like cool guy at the controls of a spaceship. He's just head thumping to some music that you're not quite hearing because it's got a great conference call system that way. As he totally just like hits some buttons and he looks and he gives you this very, very pursy cat face with a little quick flick of his tongue on his nose, cleaning his nose or her nose. You're not quite sure at this exact moment. As the three of them are all kind of looking at each other and you guys, and then all of a sudden the Letnev logo pops, and there's this very regal guy standing doing the Napoleon pose with his hand inside his uniform, and he's staring off into the distance past the camera, striking a Vogue pose.
Napoleon Elf.
He totally
You think we
looks...
caught him when he was just really scratching his belly, and now he's just kind of stuck that way? He can't move without looking like an idiot.
Might
be.
He totally looks at you and says, "You may begin whatever the conference call is for. I am prepared."
And then, so after he says that, I'll listen to that and say, "Is everyone prepared?"
As you get a strange time delay because everybody's on different distances from your current location, and eventually everyone gives the nod.
Okay. So I'll kind of paraphrase here. Basically, I just want to tell them what we intend to do. We intend to go to the port. We intend to just make it known that we're going to be transporting some cargo. We're going to fake some manifests to draw the attention of the pirates. We're going to fly this route and aim for this area of space that we kind of figured out just a minute ago. I'm going to send them the coordinates. We want them to be within pretty, a pretty close range, like far enough not to spook anybody, but close enough to get to us if any stuff goes down. and show them the course. Basically tell them to parallel the course and be ready to swoop in if a large band of the pirates come in. We're going to draw them in and try to capture them that way.
Like how.
And I like how you're actually giving the entire plan to them. I'm liking that.
Okay. I'm going to transmit the coordinates, but I'd like to do something with those coordinates because I am sneaky.
First,
I am sneaky.
Get a. What do you do? Sounds like you're going with a leadership because they are respecting your authority.
It's kind of either it's kind of probably leadership or coercion, but since I'm not really throwing the weight around yet, it'll probably just be leadership. Can anybody help with that, though? Does anybody?
By the way,
Okay.
And a Hakan.
He's taking a nap, of course.
As he totally
In the background.
And yawns and drinks some cat and goes back, and his tail flickers towards you guys as a wave as he goes back to bed.
And so, Joseph, if you're going to be transmitting information, we can kind of help each other with this, I guess.
I mean, maybe I'm going to be transmitting the coordinates of where we expect it to happen, and then the courses that we want them to follow.
Okay.
So.
All right. Well, let me do this.
Oh, got one back already. I like it.
Okay, leadership. Are y'all set?
Yep.
Come on.
Back on the board.
Sweet.
Isn't it great when you tell the truth to the people in charge and they respect your authority? And they're just like, Raja, and understood. The barony
My
of
spiffy uniform helped a lot
will
there.
be ready to decimate the pirate base once you notify us. The Sahar just like, we'll get those damn dirty pirates.
And he means it.
And then the
Right.
Hakan just gives you that slow cat blink of affirmative.
He loves me.
And you hear this deep purr as he just slowly reaches back and pulls this wickedly curved knife and proceeds to draw a single slash on his forearm with it, just a very thin slash that brings up just the slightest stripe of red on his orangish fur. And he kind of does this religious gesture with his little curved knife and nods down. As you totally think he's giving you his word that he will murder on your command. I mean, you were told these guys are like bloodthirsty pirate hunters. I mean, they take the shit serious. They're basically declaring jihad on these pirates.
Nice.
Cool.
With 3 successes, you sense they will follow your directions to the letter when it comes to murdering pirates.
Awesome.
Yes.
I will emphasize, because 3 successes, the murdering of pirates.
All right. And my spiffy uniform helped out.
The best part is you see him for the first time putting the little ropes on, and you're just like, I didn't know they go on like that. That's so nice.
It's not really robes. It's more just of a very like spiffy uniform, free of movement and stuff like that.
Well, it's got to have the little decorative ropes, doesn't it? You know, the little braids.
Oh, the pauldrons and stuff or whatever. Yeah, of course. But
see,
lots of
somebody
lots
knew what
of
I was talking about
embellishment.
firsthand there.
Lots of embellishment.
It's spiffy. What do you mean dry clean only?
It's also got a deflector shield built into it.
Oh, jeez.
It's so the bodyguard can go to diplomatic events. Okay.
It's a little surprise for anybody who tries to ambush.
So what is our Sahar doing? Because he's planning something.
Okay, so this is going to be many things in one.
Sounds like it.
So what I want to do is I want to make it so we have a single spot that we predict is where the pirates are going to hit us, right?
Uh-huh.
A sector, not a
What you think
pinpoint,
is the
but
sweet spot in space?
Yeah. So I want to adjust that coordinate so it's a different coordinate that I send to each of the three of them. One of them would hit us or would intercept us before that point. One would intercept at that point, and the last would intercept slightly after.
Ooh. You are in fact doing the one of us is telling the truth and one is telling a lie.
Absolutely. So basically, I'd like the Hakan to be the first with an intercept on us. It's the earliest one, so that if they are the ones that are going to get us, it sucks, but at least they hit and they are not in position with the pirates.
Okay.
Then the SAR would be intercepting at what the true point is, because they're the only ones that are trustworthy.
uh-huh.
And then the Letnev, because, well,
Letnev.
they're Letnev. Listen, if any of them are traitors, it's them. That's just the way it is.
Right?
Man, good thing you didn't tell me this plan ahead of time.
Listen, I'm just saying, your people are the worst. And yes, I mean both of your types of people. The Letnevs and the prisoners.
The Letnev and the people they saw not fit for Letnev society.
If we only had my people here, we could assure there would be safety and security.
You're on thin ice, buddy. And then I would like Hank to have the paths that each of them follow. I'm going to give all three of them's paths, but it's going to be wrong for the other two that aren't them.
Okay.
So basically, the three paths that the Letnev have are the Letnev's path, and then an incorrect path for the SAR and for the Hakan. The SAR get the correct SAR one, incorrect Hakan, and incorrect Letnev, and then so forth.
Okay.
Basically, I want to be able to, when we go into this, wherever we actually end up getting hit, I want to know who the hell did it. I want to, at a glance, know who the hell did this.
Okay, so go ahead.
Devious and suspicious mind.
Give me your devious astrocartography.
Absolutely.
This is a genius plan. And a good time to get more story points on my side. I've got your upgrade in there.
And he got upset with me with my prior comment.
Man, everybody holds grudges in this universe.
And he comes and turns around and proves my point.
That blue was very helpful.
Yeah, it was.
As you secretly know on the sent 3 files that you sent blinking, and you quietly kept this from your cohorts, that you have in fact set up so that the Hakan will be, too early to the show, the SAR's just right, and the Letnev too cold for the porridge.
And I chose this order because the SAR are trustworthy. The Hakan fucking hate pirates. They fucking hate pirates.
I like how you throw out that the Sahara are trustworthy.
Absolutely they are. You think they're going to let pirates operate in the area around Port Mechatol where the fucking kids get raised? Absolutely not.
Who better to avoid suspicion, and how easier to provide cover?
And training for those youth. I mean,
Anyway.
The government did not teach me how to pick pockets. I learned that on my own.
I learned it from home.
I learned it from watching you, Dad.
So you guys,
Jesus.
we get the screen swipe. You guys have, got this beautiful plan within plans, and Harag technically hasn't told you guys the exact order of plans, but that's okay.
Listen, things are going to go the way that Evan said. Ish.
Things are going to go. Let's put it that way.
Yeah.
So you guys are pulling into Port Mechatol.
Yep.
It literally is this amalgamation of large asteroids and ship parts mooshed together into this beautiful, almost molecule-looking shape. Like, it almost looks like spiral DNA, with the hint of rogue elements sticking out with little umbilicals to it. And you could totally see why the Sahara are known for their mechanical prowess, because this thing hasn't blown itself up by crashing into itself. And it's spiraling in this beautiful trio of pirouettes, basically using the gravity of the center part of it, keeping everything stable and just outside this gravity well for an asteroid belt. And it's beautiful. It's lit up like a Christmas tree. You see ships coming in, ships coming out. Very clear and defined buoys out there for lanes in and lanes out. You immediately get a nice cheery call asking for your ship's designation and what size berth do you need, or do you just need an umbilical?
I'm pretty sure we only need an umbilical. It's not like we're loading offloading here.
You totally get directed to a umbilical. Do you need center commerce or private sector or military?
It's center commerce.
Okay, they totally say, please proceed to port C49723697 disk 76 parsec 42.
Did he say C4?
He said C4.
That was that's the only part I caught.
Yeah, I was like, ooh.
I also caught
Rest of it
parsec
was
in there
nothing.
somewhere.
Yeah.
Please make sure to deposit your deposit credits at the exit port, which you're totally used to that. It's one of those you pay parking when you come off the airlock.
Port master.
Because automated shit's way better unless somebody wants to hack some shit.
So isn't this the time we kind of quote unquote let slip that we've got some valuable cool cargo or something like that? And
Absolutely.
This
And,
would totally be
I'm gonna
that
start hitting
time.
the bars.
and also our brain in a tank guy, figure out a way to fake it so that if they scan the ship, it actually appears that we actually do have the cargo on board.
So the first roll I'm looking for is a deception roll for the fake manifest that you're sending in. On loud and proud open channels, right?
All right.
I mean, it's the normal cargo home manifest declaration channel.
You know, the
It's not like
space
we're going on
trucker channel.
We're not putting this on PBS.
Yeah, exactly.
Let me put it on the rescue channel just in case.
Just what would be normal.
Oops, did I hit the broadcast all button? Hates when I do that.
Please help us and our 300 tons of palladium cargo.
We're now known as the Reply All guy. Everybody knows him. Nobody wants to be him.
We replied all to the email But we got the email twice, and the email actually hit our reply all bot. And so now the reply all bots are just firing back and forth, and it now crashes the email client.
Yeah, no doubt.
The whole station flies apart, killing everyone.
Even worse, it's the holiday and half the group's out of office, so then the
Oh,
out of office reply.
God.
You've just
It's giving
caused
me
a DOSS attack by accident.
God, it's giving me hives just thinking about it. Hate it.
Yep.
All right. Yeah, deception, right?
Yep.
We ready?
Yep. Can I talk you into another story point?
Wow.
Actually, I lied. Don't click it yet.
No, you're gonna use the story point.
No, I actually put it on one of my NPC's character sheet instead of the actual GM one. I just looked up and saw a name. I'm like, why don't I see any force points on this?
And where that goes?
I would hate to make it way more difficult than I should have. There you go.
No, you wouldn't.
Dang.
Wow.
Bam.
So you have baited the honeypot exactly as intended and made sure to do enough emphasis on the high priority flags to make sure that many, many channels will get optics on this form that you send in. High priority, foodstuff, medical, military. All the urgent warnings you can put, you put on there.
Well, now it's subtle enough that it doesn't draw attention. Like, okay, this looks weird.
Oh yeah, with the 3 successes, it's totally legit, but it's one of those of you're asking for urgent TLC from the Port Authority because of all these important things.
Right.
And then you have 4 advantage. I mean, the suggestion is great there. That really is a great suggestion.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, the value of our cargoes, it's huge.
Huge.
At this point, it's redunculous.
Yeah, I mean, you can use 2 of those advantage to increase the perceived value by quite a bit. Can I use the other 2 to give a blue to the streetwise checks I'm probably going to end up having to do when I start going out to the bars?
Okay. And now comes the device to help push the sail. As immediately our genius is doing is, I'm assuming computers, or is it mechanics?
Computers.
As you're having some equipment on the ship moved so it registers positive on any active scans, go ahead and give me your computers check.
Okay. What is? No, that's. So
he
can I
totally
use an act
drains.
for it? Well, your character removes any 2 blacks from any checks they make using computer skills. With
Okay,
my knack for.
there's no black dice on
Oh.
this, by the way.
Oh
It's a
well
hard
then.
roll, but it's just 3 purple. As he totally
He's
drains
nice
some
enough to-
algae water out of his fish tank to reproduce the bacta of this galaxy. Why, look what's here.
Oh wait, I used my.
He's gonna work it.
His big, beautiful brain is telling you guys to move stuff one way, then move it the other way, then move it back that way.
No, I thought I had something that helped me with the computer roll, but
You have a familiar, don't you?
Yes, that's it.
Or
Thank
is that
you.
for medicine? Was that for computer or medicine?
The familiar is for computers.
Cool.
Thank you. That
Adds a blue.
yes.
You want to add the blue in, or you want me to add the blue in for you?
If you could add the blue one for me, since
Okay.
I'm not sure I know how to do it. If I'm being
no
honest.
problem. It's in there.
Okay. Okay, and so
It's
there we
ready
go.
and waiting. Oh,
Nice.
Jeebus.
Wow. Oh yeah, no, that's good.
Yeah, that's the good
Yeah.
one. That's the good one. So we've got 2 success, 2 advantage, and a big damn triumph. So you're pretty sure you've set things up nicely, but then you have 2 advantage and a big damn triumph. What do you want for those?
So one kind of thought would be possibly if somebody was to scan, something would show up as being hidden, like it's being altered
Ooh.
on purpose because maybe it's important and we don't want somebody to know what it is, so which would be more enticing.
Oh, or make it harder to scan in the first place.
Right. Well,
Like
that's what I'm
we
saying.
have some
So it's
sort
masked.
some sort of guarding. Yeah.
Not everything, but there's something in that stuff that's like special
Okay, I like.
that would intrigue, attention.
Okay,
Right.
do we want to do that,
Riffraff.
or do we want it to look so realistic that even the 3 alleged allies that we told it was a fake, believe we actually got the cargo?
That's a really good idea. That could help. That could help draw out the trader.
Yeah.
That's a good idea. I like that.
Can I use it for that, Jim?
I would totally let you use it for that one.
Excellent. And then, so what should I do with the 2 advantages?
You could probably at least make it look like there's a cursory attempt to hide it or something like that.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I like that.
Something.
You
like
totally made it
but
appear as if somebody was attempting to stealth the cargo.
Basically,
well, just an item, like a small part of the cargo, not the whole cargo. We want like that something in there is being hidden or attempted to be hidden. So that's like something special that we weren't claiming.
Like the cream of the crop kind of thing.
Yeah.
And the
Yeah.
fools who tried to hide it did a piss poor job, and it's easily
Right.
identified.
Yeah, they only gave a black to us. How silly.
Yes, so yeah, I like all of that, please.
Okay, so you guys, immediately, our Hakan friend pilots us expertly and gives you guys the silent cat nod as the ship goes to the airlock. Who's going ashore? Anybody staying on the boat?
I'll go.
I doubt it.
I honestly don't see any reason for me to go ashore.
Yeah.
What's the why is everybody going ashore just to spread the word a little bit?
And R&R.
It's like that's why I'm going.
Ah.
Because hollow strippers. That's why.
Because travel, or because crews got to have R&R between,
Good
port
point.
of calls.
We have been on the boat for a while. All right.
We have spent 6 days smelling each other on the ship.
So
Yeah, but I can't smell them, so
typical for
a glass bubble.
for a crew to take some R&R before their next run.
Yeah.
Don't want to look off.
So yeah, I won't be wearing my diplomatic clothes during this. I'll put my regular. I have that shadow covert thing on, but I'm gonna just put my echo garment on over it just to make it look like normal clothes.
Y'all
I am
wait and
wearing
see if he
armor.
strips out and gets naked. Hollow naked. Look at my chameleon
Yeah.
suit.
It's my commando suit. I mean, my covert operative suit.
Wow.
So
All right,
you
so yeah,
guys,
we can
don't
go
do
short.
anything I wouldn't do.
so thankfully you do have a member of the Sahar, so you can totally direct them where they would like to go using the special Sahar code that only the Sahar really honestly know. Because, after all, it's always been done that way, so it's always going to continue being done that way. And it's better to confuse people with symbols instead of words. As there's totally a sign that says commerce this way, but then there's a sign for the actual commerce pointed a different way. So it's the actual shortcut. And if you'd like to tell your non-Sahar friends about this, how the place definitely has twists and turns to the corridors meant to basically offset attackers. If anyone was to attack this place, you could totally tell them that, Harag.
Did somebody say shiesty a while back?
What? It's self-defense in case someone tries
since we're on my territory, can I organize a disappearance of a particular bird?
You tell him to get in this hatch, and you hit the button, and you hear the, and you realize it's the trash ejector.
If I didn't love you, I wouldn't give you a hard time, man. It's all in love.
The sign totally says escape pod, and you know for a fact it's the trash ejector.
So where are we drinking?
I want to find somewhere that is seedy and frequented by traders and isn't just like a SAR only establishment.
Okay, so you don't go to like the blue collar places where the locals go. You make sure to go. This is where the traders are.
Mm-hmm. With a D or a T, it really doesn't matter.
As
You're all the same to me.
You totally come
Right?
around and you see the huge lists of holographic exotic drinks and stuff that obviously this is where the off-worlders go, not the locals. And you see many different varieties of hollow entertainment.
Oh.
you,
See what you
you
meant.
sound very enticed by that.
Like, aha. And the fishy man's missing this.
Gar's House of Liquid Libations and other entertainments. All off-station people welcomed. And it's, of course, got a huge list of the currencies that are accepted. No need to change your currency here. We will accept all your foreign currencies.
Makes it easier.
At what
And-
exchange rates?
Please see your server for exchange rates. As conveniently as you guys come walking in, a table clears out of a bunch of drunk spacers that had too good of a time and they're kind of staggering their way out. And this very happy Sahara waves and she says, "Now y'all come back, y'all."
I'm going to be keeping my eye out to see if anybody's displaying any like pirate insignia or not necessarily pirate, but actually MedTech Coalition. Anybody, if there's anybody who's identifiable as part of the MedTech Coalition.
Interesting.
And I'm watching
Keep
for
an eye out.
anybody.
We tend to
Watching for
string them
anybody
up
paying-
around here.
Anybody paying extra attention I'm looking for, so.
Okay, so go ahead and give me either perception or streetwise.
Do-do-do-do-do.
For your Mentec Coalition pirates.
Oh, so yeah, just kind of taking a look around. All of these kind of stink, so why not?
as you're trying to look and you're trying to be sneaky about it, as you're trying to look, there's so much motion and holograms flickering in and out, and scores popping up on the holograms, and you're just like, ugh. As you look, and immediately, like, two really, really sultry Letnev catch your eye for a second, and you're like, hey, those could be members. Totally. And the two of them look at you, and you look at them, and they both kind of give you the winky wink face and wave you to come sit between the two of them. As you're totally sensing you're getting invited to be part of a trouble.
It's never that easy.
Do you go over there is the question. Do I peel one of you out of the party this early, this easily, with just a fail and 2 threats?
No, but it's never that easy. I will have a drink sent to their table though.
Aw, they immediately kind of look sad. One just takes the drink and smiles at you, and the other one, the slightly younger, cuter one, looks at you and gives this big, pouty lip as her cheeks kind of flush in what's the equivalent of a Letnev blush.
So I'll just gesture them to where we're going to be sitting. Just, hey, if you want to come join us, that's a different story. But otherwise, other than that, no.
They're kind of whispering and giggling and pointing in your general direction. As of course, the server totally comes over and asks, what she can get you guys and how long you're going to be in the port. And where are you guys going? Where are you coming from? Tell us all about your space journeys.
Yeah, work it there, Dante. Oh, I mean, wrong character.
And your server is human, by the way.
Wrong character, sorry.
Dante has taken a life of his own. He's legendary.
It may be in my own mind, but at least I'm a legend there.
Somewhere.
I know, are you having alcoholic or non-alcoholic libations? Because they serve both, and both are just as good.
Non.
Coward.
And they do totally have engineered substances if you want to take those too, because it's not like those are illegal here.
Unless they have like a fine Letnev, like a reasonable Letnev vintage or something like that.
I was just waiting for the instant he said no, I'm a coward.
They actually do have a Letnev beverage that's very top shelf stuff at like triple its normal price of what it goes for. So if you want a snooty Letnev wine, they totally have it.
Yeah,
I'll paid big money.
Not that much money. Unless, I mean, how top shelf are you talking about here?
We're talking it'll cost you like 500 credits for the bottle.
Yeah, that's not happening.
And that's not even crazy price.
It would impress the ladies.
Not happening. Not happening.
Take one glass and send them the bottle. I mean,
no, you just drink it yourself, and they can be impressed at what you're drinking, while they get something else.
Pass.
Counter offer. You and I sit at this table. We order 500 credits worth of other alcohols just for quantity, and we impress them by the fact that we don't pass out.
Right?
You impress them by not dying.
I mean, I can do okay with resilience.
I can pretend to do okay with resilience.
You can do really bad with it and then fake it.
Yeah, I can do really bad at it and then roll deception.
And for your server, by the way, did you answer any of her questions about who you are, where you're from, where you going, what you do,
Oh,
how long you're going to be in town?
I was a little distracted. Sorry. What was that?
Where did you
As
come from? Where did you go?
the server totally, you get the Cotton Eye Joe theme song coming over the speakers as she totally throws it out there of, hey, where you from? Where you going? What you carrying? How long you going to be in port? In a sweet little, almost southern country girl tone.
Well, I mean, is she addressing me specifically or everybody?
She's
Or
addressing
is
the whole
everybody
table.
suddenly looking at me?
She's got that beautiful
Got that
server
impression.
essence that she manages to make each and every one of you feel a little bit special. That she engaged with eye contact and a certain smile that gleamed to her eyes. She's really good at what she does.
Well, and you were the first one ordering up drinks to send to the table, so
That's
Good
true.
point. Well, I was distracted doing that.
As someone puts Cotton Eye Joe on.
I'll just exchange some just to give her a greeting. Oh, hello. Sorry, my attention was elsewhere, as you can well imagine.
And you
Well,
say that, and she totally follows your gaze and goes, uh-huh.
is there something wrong?
And she just looks back at you and puts the smile right back on. Not at all.
Uh-huh. Well, anyway, now we're just here for a brief layover while we resupply a little bit. No big deal.
As she totally smiles that she'll send the drinks over and she'll be right back with your drinks. Goes over to the two bartenders doing the drinks and totally whips up and sends some drinks to the girls first, and they both, nod at you for sending them beverage. As the younger one of the two kind of sultrily gets off her stool, and while you all are kind of stunned in silence waiting for your beverages to come, she comes sauntering right towards you. Like, we're talking shark-like focus, beeline. She's making her hips do things that you thought zero G was required to do.
She's human.
No, she's Letnev. It's the two Letnev girls.
Oh, that's right, Letnev. Yeah.
And she walks around the table and kind of takes in the whole weird group that's sitting here as she leans right up and kind of offers to put a kiss on your cheek if you're willing to accept it.
Sure, why not?
That's how they get you.
And she gives you a nice, polite, aristocratic Letnev kiss. That's very, very formal. It's not too long, it's not too short, it's not too hot, it's not too cold. And as she pulls back, she whispers into your ear with hot, hot breath. And she just says, "Wanna breathe?" And then she gets up, runs her fingers across your head, and walks back to her friend over there and takes the glass. They clink their glasses. They look at you as they both sip very slowly and do this leg thing that really accentuates all of their Letnev curves. And like three spacers, 2 tables over, instantly become men of their species.
I'm sitting there halfway up with my drink, just staring at him did I hear what I thought I heard?
Well, she whispered the breed part very quietly.
I'm just going to look over at them, and I'm going to look at him and go, that's a terrible idea. Have fun. Have fun.
As obviously you are stunned in silence as the drinks show up, and a little whoever ordered the appetizer, whatever appetizer you ordered, is quivering alive as it should be.
Delicious.
Thinking of Klingon food from Star Trek.
It's more we just don't want to waste the power to cook the little things we catch in the corners.
Right.
It's more
More entertaining.
It's a
Catch your prey.
it's a culinary culture that developed from not having enough power or food or anything. It is to Sar culture what cassoulet is to French.
Yeah, it's fresh. That's what I'm talking about.
It's got space
Work
uglies,
with what you got.
which is a little 0G squid with one eye. It's creepy and purple. Completely safe to eat. However, it can eat anything,
Say fish.
including some industrial waste.
Yeah,
I mean,
it's fresh, so I'm all good with it.
Space tilapia?
No, space tilapia is dangerous to eat.
It's full of all those heavy metals from space.
Like literally heavy, like osmium, lead.
One bite and both kidneys shut down immediately. If you've got 4 kidneys, you're lucky.
They're legally not allowed to sell it by the pound.
For some reason, the label on it totally says for industrial use only.
Wow.
So what do you guys do while you're there? Spacers
I
are
don't know,
coming
I'm
in, bragging about their cargo, bragging about the next big payoff coming down the line. As
I'm just
spacers
still
do.
kind of in shock.
So am I.
Sitting there waiting and watching what his next move is. Like, okay, is he going to go for this? Like,
Kind of looks like he got hit point blank with a hammer in the head. Like it's never this easy.
I've been to too many ports and I never get laid.
I'm just thinking what he's trying to figure out is like, why?
This is how
Okay.
Percy
More like-
feels
more
all
like-
the time.
Why me?
Which organ am I going to wake up missing in the bathtub full of ice?
You think it's only gonna be one?
Yeah.
Waste
Right.
not, want not.
It's just like a Charlie the Unicorn situation.
Where do you think they get? Where do you think they get the meat for the shish kebabs here?
Let Nev meet, never graced by sunlight, keeps it
Go to
supple.
Candy Mountain. Yeah.
Candy Mountain or Kidney Mountain?
Yeah, well.
Pick one.
When your species considers kidney pie a delicacy.
Yeah, like I said, all I think about is, like I said, Charlie the Unicorn little cartoons. So
Mhm.
Yep.
You have
they're like a
options.
train wreck, but you can't not watch them. If you haven't
They
seen
have
them,
to
you
be
got to watch them.
experienced. Okay, so what do you guys do? I mean, I thought there was
Well,
some talk of
I
disseminating
talk,
information.
Yeah, I like kind of make a comment to try to get us back on track about the run we got coming up.
Oh yeah, that's right. The run.
That
That run. That run.
Like I said,
Yes,
we
the
were-
run.
we-
Gotcha.
We were all off track a little bit, sitting there sipping on our drinks and food, going, huh.
Huh. Everybody does the dog head tilt.
It's a real curveball there.
So, somebody give me the deception for the table as y'all do the
Hey-o.
whole. Yeah, we're gonna do that thing, and I've got a blue for that thing because of earlier. Yeah.
Does it have to be a deception or can't it be a streetwise? Because I'm trying to,
This would be a
get it out there to the criminal
deception.
element. Okay. Let me know when it's ready.
Yep, it is ready.
There you go. That's
One
all you
success
need.
is
Success
still a
is all
success.
you need. Okay, so even with the distracting noise, which is apparently quite distracting, you guys have this hubbub conversation that's easily overheard at just the right pitch. that a few ears kind of listen in on about priority, urgent, expensive.
And while he's kind of dropping that, and the conversations happen. I've just got my vigilance turned on, just situational awareness flipped on.
I'm actively looking for anybody making eye contact.
Okay, so which one of you is gonna do the roll?
Well, it depends.
Or are you
If
gonna
it's
assist each other?
I got
I'm
perception of 1 blue and 2 yellow.
yeah, I'm specifically just got the danger sense that if something ticks the radar, I'm not looking for anything specific. So it's kind of your call which one you think is appropriate for the situation, I think.
Okay. So I'm going to need 2 rolls, one and then another. It's the same thing, but there is one crowd in the crowd that's a little more difficult. And I don't want to rob you of the easy one. So I want to make sure you have both those rolls. So what do I need to add to your pool for the first one?
So it's each of us are going to make a different one?
Sure.
Yeah. Go ahead
Okay.
and do yours first.
Who
Okay,
wants the you just do the first one?
I'll do the first one, whichever
Okay.
one that is.
Go for it.
This is the vigilance.
Okay, go for it.
Oh, whoa.
Ooh.
That was the difficult one, by the way. I was waiting for
Whoa.
someone to ask which one was which, but
Oh, well.
I just
okay.
figured you weren't going to tell us.
and what would you like for that advantage before we have the other one rolled?
I'll just pass a blue.
Okay, pass a blue to the next one going, and I've got the dice pool in for the next one.
All right.
Oof, that could have
another
turned out
vigilance?
so bad.
So it's another vigilance roll?
Really could have.
No, this
I
one's
think this is perception
Oh,
for our
perception?
bird friend, who's
I got
using
it.
his big
I'm
bird
actively
eye.
looking.
His head's been twitching like a chicken looking for scratch. As you definitely notice when you guys are talking about that, there's 3 or 4 different folks that seem to be paying attention to you guys.
Okay. Any particular species that we're
You
noticing?
know a couple spacers are kind of, they totally scream the working guy.
Okay.
And more importantly, you notice that your partner's girlfriends over there are paying real deep attention to your table.
Mm-hmm. Kind of what I figured.
I mean, they could just be checking out your buddy, but they are paying
No.
deep attention to the table.
Yeah, I'm not buying it either.
It's that's not it.
As they're totally
Yeah.
doing as they talk to each other, they're touching their glasses, they're touching their lips, they're touching their cheeks.
Yeah.
They're totally looking over at him like they want to rape his bones.
Yeah, I'm still thinking I don't know what they see in them.
It could
I'm
be as
thinking the
simple as
same
the
thing.
DNA. I mean,
Could be the first space elf they've seen in months.
that don't have some kind of genetic damage. He's not that bad looking.
Or he could be an easy mark look. Is more my guess.
I mean, is that typical? Is the Latin culture matriarchy or patriarchy?
Oh, they're patriarchy.
It's just archy.
It's a pain in the ass. But I mean, they seem very flirty with you for some reason. I mean, you do have a presence of 2, which is not bad for your species. I mean,
Or they overheard information and they know who we are and what they're looking for. Could be that. Just a thought.
Could be.
as you guys basically are wrapping up your little bit in the bar, and Off camera, unseen, a shadow leaves the place before you guys pack up and go. The night plays out. You continue this through a couple more rounds of drinks, I take it? The food is pretty good. The drinks are pretty nice. You seem to go ahead and... Oh, yeah, Rublars is not with you guys. He's back on the ship, isn't he?
He is.
Yep.
Go ahead and with your crazy vigilance, give me a... Do you have anything that takes black dice out of vigilance?
No.
Okay. Go ahead and give me a vigilance roll. Oh, look at you spending those points. They're getting on my side before I really need them. It's just fun to tease you that way.
Oh my gosh.
Crapola. Well, hey, but you succeeded.
But you
but you missed
succeeded.
all of the key pieces of information.
Let's put it, where it is. It's a success. I mean, gotta look at the bright side.
As you know, this is like over like 2-3 hours of drinking and being chill with your non-alcoholic beverages. As you know, Owen's just like, hey guys. His eyes kind of droop and kind of shine with this Letnev shimmer in his complexion that usually you only see when he's quite exhausted and tired. And you've only been on port for like 3 hours, chilling, drinking drinks, and eating appetizers. It's TGIF here, for fuck's sake. And he's like,
teetotaler.
why, I think... And he totally looks up to the ceiling, and you notice there's these little sprinkler-looking contraptions that a soft, gentle mist is spraying out of all of them across the ceiling, creating like a very, very thin haze that by the time it comes down a foot or two is gone. And you kind of like look down at your drink and you see like a single Mr. Spritz land on your liquid, and then rainbow rings come off of it as it mixes with your beverage. As you're just like, I feel like I've been intoxicated. And for those 3 threats, his head hits the table and he is out cold. And he's also taking 2 strain because, And I mean, you guys can wake him up because he just passed out. But when he says that, you realize all of y'all feel real good. Like you've had a couple drinks too many. I mean, it's totally probably just ambiance at this place because, gives them a quick fix and then you just keep buying drinks because you're feeling great. It's probably nothing dangerous.
But but knowing that he's been not drinking is probably a pretty vital clue there.
You're fatigued. I understand it. You're a weak race.
And the exact moment his head hits the table, the 2 girls look across when they hear the thud, and they just both give like big fat lower lip sad faces, and then they just go back to their drinks, and you guys see them give each other a nice big sensual kiss, and then they pay their tabs and they go walking off. And
you lost all cred, dude.
They stop for a second, and the younger one comes running over and drops down one of the cocktail napkins, and she just looks at you guys and says, when he wakes up, have him call me. And she goes running off with her partner, and they hold hands, and, like quite a few people stop and turn around and look as they go walking by.
Damn, it could have been a threesome even.
I just wish we had... No. We need to get the security cam footage of just him dropping and then them turning, kissing, and leaving.
Right? And then you can tell him, you snooze, you lose.
And we can have that playing on the ship 24/7.
Nobody's concerned that they're poisoning us or something.
No, I'm drunk. I don't care.
Yeah. I mean, we were
as
actually drinking, so.
quite a few of you do that whole spritz with your beverage at the situation as you're just like, oh my god. Oh my god.
Gotta
Is that
love
a
it. Well,
Letniv thing?
I mean, who owns the bar? Who does that stuff? I mean, what the hell?
We chose a seedy place.
You did, yeah.
I got roofied.
All right, well, unless
Somebody
you...
just wake me up or something.
Someone just
I give
grab his
him-
hair, lifted it a couple inches, and let go again. The second thump will wake him up.
basically give him a little nudge where he's about to fall off the table, but not let him fall off the table.
Oh, that's teamwork there.
That falling sensation, as he's like, oh shit.
As you totally notice his leg is pushing your chair back to make that happen. Nobody will help you like your buddies.
Right?
What the heck?
Little did we know there's been a prank war going on your ship for the last 6 days.
Little overwhelmed there by the ladies.
I'm more concerned about the fact that I just got drugged.
You don't know that. You just know you fell asleep and woke up. We noticed the misting,
You must have been more tired than... Well, no, he did notice as he passed out.
Oh.
He did succeed at his check.
Oh. Just a moment of clarity.
And then everything faded to dark.
Well, I'm definitely not eating or drinking anything else at this establishment. In fact, I'm going to leave them a terrible review.
What?
We should probably finish our drinks and head back to the ship or something.
Yeah.
Okay.
Can't handle your partying. Let's get you back.
I'm getting back to the ship to heck with you guys.
As you guys get back to the ship, give me a vigilance check, somebody.
I could do that. Ready?
Yep.
Dang, what is going... Look at those rolls. Oh my gosh.
That's fine. There's nothing to notice here. You're staggering, trying to walk it off still, and you take 2 more strain. Because you're just like, I don't think I'm straight, guys. Don't let go of me. As you're hoping that your teammates will at least let you put your hand on their shoulders and,
Why is the floor spinning?
What is your problem? You didn't even drink.
That must be
is the
space
problem.
sickness.
That is the problem.
It sounds
Don't
like
drink
it.
the water, guys. Don't drink the water.
Well, we didn't. We drank the alcohol.
Disturbs me how unconcerned you people are.
Obviously, the ice cubes were made from filtered urine from someone who drank too much. You can only filter so much. Okay, so you guys get back to the ship safe and sound. No fuss, no muss. Your friend kind of staggers and leans against the airlock as it opens. Does this drunkenly stagger onto the board without falling down, thankfully? So what is you guys' plan as you get back to the ship? And I'm assuming someone is locking the door.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm probably locking the door.
Hey, Doc, could you tell me what they drugged me with?
Sure. Let me get a sample.
Pee in this cup. Conveniently leave the cup out later in the refresher room.
He can't handle his oxygen.
Well, what were you drinking?
Water. Nothing.
Oh. Okay. Let me use
You have to
this
get a blood draw.
needle on
Ah,
you.
you
Yeah.
get to stick them.
Yep. Let me get some blood and I will analyze it. Should I science or medicine?
As you go back to the med facility on board the ship, and it's going to be I'll take either or. Both could be used for this.
Okay.
As we see the centrifuge spin his blood sample.
This my familiar. No, not my familiar. My savant helps me with.
I know it is ridiculous that they have both that kind of do the same thing, but
Yeah.
totally do it in different ways.
Add 1 success to the result. So, okay. Medicine. Here we go. Where are you? I had it. There it is.
As you take out his filthy Letnev blood, and you realize with your science check, you know any and all drugs he's taken in the last 7 years. You took a hair sample while you're doing it, I'm sure.
Of course. I want to be thorough.
And you know for a fact that he has been exposed to Tetson gas, which is an ancient, once upon a time, basically battlefield narcotic that was sprayed to subdue rioters and enemy troops and things like that. And then it went from being a weaponized military chemical warfare device to a recreational thing commonly used in some rave like locations to produce a mood of chill and happiness.
And
And
unconscious.
people have known to have gambling addictions and spending addictions when under the effects of this.
So,
I hope he didn't tip too well.
so it looks like
I don't even
you
know if
went
we
to a
paid our
party.
tab.
Free drugs. I mean, what the hell?
Free drugs.
So
Nice.
what did you do? Because it looks like you might have been prone to making poor decisions.
Is that before
Here,
or after the drugs?
here's a detailed report.
Now the
But
question
also,
is, does your emergency medical physician now know of anything else in your system?
that's what
Has
I
your
was
character
wondering.
taken anything that would have come up in the tests?
Nope.
Wow, that says something.
No, but
But
looks like
remember,
you are.
for his reputation, you are sworn by HIPAA. It'll protect his reputation.
Yeah. No, but I'm gonna tell him that he's due for his Hep C vaccine.
You need your broad spectrum vaccinations.
I thought we were up to date on all that.
Well, it looks like somebody.
Is there anything that can flush my system with this?
I mean, if you want him to do some medicine, sure.
How long am I going to remain like groggy like this? Like how
Probably
long
until
does
you
it
get a
wear
chance
off?
to sleep it off, or you let the doc here put you on dialysis.
I mean, I am ethical when it comes to patients.
As he
You
totally
don't mind
tells
if
you,
I
if you
really
let,
not like this stuff in my system anymore.
he's like, if you let me replace your kidneys with biomechanical ones, it wouldn't have got you in the first place.
Yeah, we can flush you out.
For some reason, nobody else seems to be affected by it.
Maybe I should take samples from them too. See,
I'm pretty sure we're just not pansies.
Sleep it off. Just sleep it off.
But what
Who
if
knew
something
the
happens
beautiful
in
of the
the middle of the
system
night?
is that the doc can totally tell you if they were drinking highly alcoholic concoctions, alcohol can sometimes neutralize the effects.
Oh, jeez. Jerks.
they probably knew that when they took you
What?
to that party.
We're jerks because we enjoyed ourselves and we weren't even offered to get laid and didn't turn it down. I mean,
Well, they said that one of the side effects is making bad decisions.
and you
Oh,
made one. You
now
didn't
he's
take him
gonna
up
blame
on
it
it.
on the booze.
Clearly.
Yeah, he made a bad decision. He didn't take him up on the offer. I mean, good lord.
So I will be happy to flesh you if you just want to sit here. Would you like a sedative?
No.
Okay.
Thank you.
Okay, you sit on the magical science machine to help dialysis that shit out of you, and give me a medicine check on him.
I just don't want anything affecting my state of mind.
And do you want to carry that advantage over since it is the same stuff?
Oh, yes. Yes,
Here's
I
please.
where it
thought
goes
you
sideways.
Okay.
And here's where the
Before
roll
all of a
goes
sudden he
sideways.
grows a third foot.
Oh, yeah. You are clean, my friend. Oh, no, you aren't. But
So you can totally tell him it's cleaned out of your system. You're absolutely fine. It's totally still in his system, but it's merely psychological at this point. If you'd like the triumph, though, you give him a stimulant on top of it to counteract its effects.
Which is the alcohol.
yeah.
With counters. Well, just a little of this in there. He won't know.
I will.
It'll clean out the pipes. And you can totally give him back strain for those advantage if you want. He'll feel super peppy.
Yeah. Definitely. If he needs the strain back, I will give him the strain and I will tell him you're as good as you're going to get. And you probably feel a little bit better. You are alert.
The
At
power
least
of
you
the
think you're alert.
placebo effect is in full
All right.
effect.
Fair enough.
You're now alert. Go to bed. I can't sleep now. You're awake.
And quick question, Doc.
Yes.
What is, or I should say, give me a computer roll.
Uh-oh.
Oh, with pleasure.
I'm just curious. Just a curious roll. One threat. That's good. I like that. But success, as you pretty much, you're telling them like you're fit, you're fighting condition. I can sign off that you are able to fight right now, and pretty much just at that moment, there's a little alarm klaxon that goes off that immediately tells you guys it's basically the car alarm of the ship, saying that there's a attempted breach on your airlock. Like somebody tried to hack into the airlock but failed horribly.
Were you guys followed on the way home? Did you see anybody following you?
Nah.
Nope.
We have guests.
Well, let's go say hi.
I mean, it's totally just like a regular car alarm that somebody pushed some buttons but did not succeed in unlocking anything.
Are there cameras that we could look at, like any kind of like security camera that we could look at to see who's in the corridor or whatever?
Yeah,
do we have
you
a
can
ring,
totally
a
go
ring
over to
doorbell?
the camera real quick.
We got a ring doorbell?
Yeah.
So
Somebody look at the camera.
two things I'm looking for. Somebody give me a athletics or coordination. This is basically you're running to the control panel to hit the button for the camera.
I can do
I've got
cord probably, but
I've got 4 greens.
I got a yellow and 3 greens.
It's all you, man.
All
And
right,
you're totally
ready?
getting a black for that threat. Yep. Oh!
Well,
As
again, I succeeded.
Yes, you go running up there and you hit the console
Success.
button and it pops up with the camera outside the airlock as you see some people walking by. But more importantly, a kind of like hunched over figure with very broad shoulders and a hoodie concealing their features as they hit the button and they immediately go running away from the control panel since it did not work. They were unable to crack your lock on the ship to open the door, and they go running off for the despair and disappear into the crowd according to what your camera view can show. Not giving you a clear image of them, but you know that they were there. Somebody was trying to get on your ship. I mean,
It's
you
a dude
did
in a
just go to
hoodie,
a
man.
spaceport and say, "Hey, my ship's full of cargo for the taking." That's a good sign, actually.
Yeah, it may be wise to actually, take off now before we bring too much attention down on us. We want to be able to get to that we want to be able to get to a bit of a distance before
To that
any
ambush site.
yeah, exactly. Might want to get going a little sooner.
Okay.
So immediately you're like, let's head to the ambush spot.
Yeah. And we could
Battle
just go a little
stations.
slower to coordinate the timetables or something like that, so we're there when we said we were going to be there, but
Okay.
at least get going.
And when you radio the command and control, do you say anything about disembarking early? Do you help push the excuse a little further? Boo-ha-ha-ha-ha.
Well, yeah, we are disembarking early, aren't we? That's
Yeah.
the whole.
Right.
Yeah.
Well, that's
Yeah, so
right.
yeah,
That's
Yeah.
why.
we'll let them know. Yeah, we'll let them know.
They totally give you an exit vector and say, "Thank you for visiting. Please be safe out there."
Sure. Probably safer out there than we were in here, but okay. But I'll say that after I hung up.
Remember, in space, no one can hear you scream for help.
So yeah, I guess let's head it out. It's probably we definitely planted the hook pretty deep.
As one of your last things as you're leaving, you notice that they've got all these hollow billboards that you fly through. One is like food delivery service. If you're stranded in space, we can keep you fed. Next one comes up of a free tow service that's free with, over $20,000 credits of repairs on your ship. All the stupid advertisements they hit you on the way out, not the way in with.
When you said that, I first heard it as TOE. I'm like, who would need a free toe?
You never know.
I
Your
thought it was
species
like
may
a
only have
pedicurist.
3.
Right.
As you guys are heading off to the ambush site, who's giving me the astrogation roll? It's only 2 purple. What's the worst that could happen? You know where you want to go, but are you
Don't look at
able to
me.
get there?
I mean, I've got 4 greens.
That's better than.
Oh,
That's pretty good.
I've got a yellow.
Yeah.
Yeah, so
That's one upgrade if you work together.
work together.
Let's work
No, I
together.
refuse to work together.
As immediately
On
Harag
principle.
looks and goes, "I'm not feeling good," and goes right back to bed. You guys are over on his console going, "How does this navigation system work? Navi, give me coordinates to the point on this map."
Yeah.
And
Okay.
it's like watching a couple of Scotsmen try to talk to Siri.
Well, if Frog's not gonna help, then I'll help. But all I add is a blue.
Okay.
I'll
So you're
take.
totally going to go over and they say, "No, you need to hit that button."
Yeah, I knew that. Okay.
Everybody
you
on
ready?
this crew is a bunch
Yep.
of jerks.
What?
This is why y'all got
Why?
put
Oh.
together.
Thanks for
So-
the help. That
After a little bit of help there, a quick hyperspace jump, you get the little siren letting you know that you're going to be coming out of, faster than light. Right on target that you have on the map there. Your little blue dot and the red dot of your target location are going to overlap any freaking second. And just then, you totally pop out of, faster than light travel. You get the crack pop of regular space, and immediately you see in the view screen hundreds and hundreds of miles of floating asteroids and rock debris that's just tumbling and crashing into each other.
Oh,
Lovely.
nice.
who picked this spot?
And you now know what the
You.
despair was all about.
You picked this spot.
Wasn't me. I had
Pilots.
nothing to do with any
Pilots.
computer. I've touched nothing.
As do me a favor, give me either a computer or a science for what you're seeing out the view screen, other than madness of rock, space, dust, things crashing, ice chunks spinning around.
Okay. I'll do science, and I do have a knack for science, which removes 2 blacks if there are any blacks.
Okay, perfect. It's totally removing the one black from the chaos going on in front of you. As you're starting to hear little ting ting tings of ice crystals and dirt rubbing up against the outside of your ship. There goes the paint job.
Here we go.
As
This
you're
is
just
not like that.
it's some kind of space debris. Totally not the cool scientific explanation of what all this crap is floating around out here, outside of what should normally be a non-gravity well spot. It's not natural.
Pilots.
What would you like for these 2 advantage?
To know everything.
Well, until we get the pilot up here, I'll get on the stick. We gotta. Hrog, you're our pilot, right?
No.
That is our Hakan friend.
Oh, that's the Hakan. Well, I guess I'll be piloting this
As
thing.
all of a sudden you scream pilot, and his door to his dorm room opens up, and the tail sticks out
Was
like a
it-
little enemy.
Is it piloting or is it
Operation.
operations?
Operations.
Oh, okay. Pilot. There.
Miss-
That's
Mr. Brainiac.
Yeah, because I'm not a. Yeah, that's not me.
As you're having
so-
this weird moment when you're like, pilot, get to the helm!
Well, I guess we are the pilots.
Or
Can
better
I
yet,
add? Can I use those 2 advantage to add a blue to whoever is going to keep us from being destroyed by
Dying.
the debris?
That's a
I
good
think
choice.
you and I are going to be working together on this one.
As your
Yeah,
heads-up
I feel like
display...
Mr. Brainiac should be the one
Yeah,
doing it.
because
since it's
operations
operating.
is intelligence.
Intelligence.
Yeah.
Yeah, because I mean I got Port Green in piloting, but that no.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. So I guess basically you and I are the ones up here. So you and I are going to work together as pilot and co-pilot to
Well,
get us through this
in this
mess.
situation, you only have a seat for one pilot.
Oh.
Someone could
but it-
co-pilot and try to give you some bonuses, but there's only one stick to pilot.
All
So
right.
is it piloting or operations?
It's going to be operations.
Okay. This is you, fish stick,
Yeah, I got 4 green. So
Okay.
and I will co-pilot.
And as we now know that there's the
Backseat driver.
astrocartography done, as we have the plotted course on the LED screen up above, and you're screaming for the pilots, there's a tiger tail looking out of the bedroom door. You guys are looking at the pilot seat going, one of us is going to have to jump back into it. That's a good time for the camera to pan out, and you see that you're in the middle of this space garbage debris field. As rocks are just rubbing up against each other. Ice crystals are shattering into billions of little sand screens of ice crystals. And you totally, as the camera pans way out, there's this little weak red light blinking on a buoy at the distance saying danger zone.
Well, the plan was going well.
Hussar Terraforming Company. Established in the dates like 3,000 years ago.
But our map was only 1,000 years old.
Yeah, but the mining company was established 3,000 years ago, and then went out of business like 80 ago.
Well,
As that's a good place to wrap it up there, because it is midnight. And fingers crossed, hopefully Scott will be feeling better to get in and do his pilot thing.
Yes,
Well,
please.
If not, Christopher, you might want to invest a point in operation.
Yes.
plans were looking so well.
And you guys get 15 experience points.
15.
Oh my god.
I need them.
For XP wealthy. That'll be enough to get you a point in there.
As back on the
Maybe
station,
he doesn't want to spend it on that.
some shadowy character goes back to your airlock's window and looks and sees you guys floating off and snaps his fingers in a villainous way of going, and they got away too.
Operations is a career skill. I could get 2 points in operations.
Hell yeah.
Dang. That might be
5
necessary.
for rank 1 and 10 for rank 2.
Yep. Let me just do that now.
Or you just hold it until you see if Scott's here next week, and then you spend it on something else that you need.
I don't think Scott's very good at piloting, actually, to be fair.
Or you
he
plan to do that, but you forget, and then you blow it on talents instead? Wink, wink, nudge, nudge.
I am typing a note right now. Can't get 2 skills on
You're
operations. And a blue, and a co-pilot help.
Hey, it never hurts to have a co-pilot to help plot a course for you, or to do something with vigilance if the co-pilot is really good with vigilance. You know, that's a thing too.
So basically, it's a backseat driver. Oh shit! Look out there! Don't go that way.
Incoming! I tried to warn you.
Yeah. Crash! Oh, we hit something. Oh yeah, no shit.
This is our exit. This is our exit.
We just passed our exit.
Oh shit!
Next time
so
you
next
need to tell
week
us.
Is the other.
Yep.
Yeah?
Next week is Starcana.
Oh boy.
Have you done your character, Joseph?
I will by Saturday.
Which I totally throw it out there. We do have, looks like 2 empty seats now in the game.
So anybody that knows anybody?
I mean, I think all of us are already in it.
It kind of worries me that Scott wasn't able to make it, and he dropped out of it, and so Megan did it because of work, because work's been insane for her.
Yeah.
Oh,
I mean, I can.
So
I can't play that game. I thought, for some reason, I had been reading messages that I thought it was full, and somebody wanted somebody else to go in, and that's the main reason I was dropping. I can actually play that game. I do have the time.
Okay, I mean, then we at least have a good solid.
There's 4 of us, yeah.
So next Saturday will be the other spacey game.
Yeah.
Is that going to be a session 0, or are we diving in?
Session 0.
Probably a session 0.
Yeah. Okay. You're still good with the priest there, Joseph?
Yeah.
You guys got the tag team of a priest and a paladin.
Mm-hmm.
As the priest is really saying, listen to my religious dogma. Don't worship the gods.
We will protect everybody from the gods.
And that was going to be either a blazer or a dreadnought, like one of the two sort of bounty hunterish type.
There are just no good tier 2 talents. I might have to crack open Genesis Talents Expanded. Find out what the hell I want to do.
What do the gods think about robots?
Can never go wrong with
robots.
robots in space.
They're
You're
robots
safe.
are
You have no
property
soul.
in that one. Yeah, robots are property in that
Yeah, but
session.
I'm a rogue AI freedom fighter.
Yeah, you have no soul, so
The church
there's
doesn't
no
have a
pro-
policy.
Nice.
If you succumb to one of the wills of one of the gods, you won't spend eternity in their hell. But we sacrifice ourselves and know that we are going to spend eternity in
Yeah.
hell to protect the people from that.
I think that counts as
Yeah.
a priestly false flag effect.
Because all the gods are evil, basically, in this game.
Oh yeah, no, I know that part, and I know that's your
Yeah.
job. I just wanted to get the church's stance on because I wanted to play the AI freedom fighter.
Okay.
That's cool. What career were you thinking?
Oh, what did I have?
And what is this? The gods are evil. You just don't understand their true meanings. That's all.
No.
They're
Read
pretty
the-
evil.
Read it.
Yeah.
They're evil. The church is there to protect you from
I
ending
mean-
up in if you succumb to, say, gambling and shit, there's a god that, that's their realm, and you end up in their freaking hell for eternity if you succumb to their evil thoughts or ways of things.
It's almost like somebody took the 40k concept of the chaos gods and flushed them out with the rest of the deadly sins.
Pretty much.
They're like, hey, 40k didn't finish this. Let's finish this.
So we'll be the only two with magic then. So.
Yeah.
Yep.
I'm like, nobody's taking Starcana for a skill?
Well, we are, because it comes as
Yeah.
part of our package, but
I was looking at being a breaker, liberator of electronic
Oh,
information.
cool. Yeah. And
Ah,
I'll be either a
techie guy.
blazer or a dreadnought.
Yeah.
okay,
The group can definitely use that.
nice. We should be good.
Coolio.
And it still means we still have one seat free just in case.
Yeah.
Apparently
Yes.
a cat.
That is my boy.
I'll have to see if, I don't know if anybody, but off the top of my head, but I'll have to look.
As you're on the church's spaceship and there's just happens to be a robot and a cat. And the cat jumps on the robot and flips the power button, waking him up from who knows how many centuries of slumber. I mean, come on, that's HK-47's, origin story.
Pretty much.
Who turned me off, you meatbags?
Which putting it I'm gonna get going, but put in chat like what your handles are in Old Republic. Are you guys on Satil Shan?
Um,
I'm the one with all the S's.
Yeah, so put the character name or whatever in the chat, and I'll friend you guys.
I don't remember what I'm on. I think I'm on. I mean, again, I just started, so, but it's a good time.
You mean in
coordinate.
Star Wars? Yeah.
Yeah.
I thought you were talking about Monday's Star Wars game that you're running.
No.
Oh no.
That will be the new backup plan. We're not gaming. Everybody get on Star Wars.
Let me see.
Followed by the light side or dark side.
What exactly?
Followed by which starting planet. That's the one thing with Star Wars. It's
class,
hard.
right?
Yeah, it's hard to coordinate.
So
Some of the classes start at the same planet, but it's really rare to get the combination to work.
Yeah. Well, you have
'Cause
to meet up down the road.
Yeah, because I
usually.
think the smuggler and the soldier both start on Ord Mantell, but in different
Right.
parts. But by the time you finish the first arc, they're right next to each other.
Yeah, basically it's like after that first arc, everybody's on the Tarek station anyway.
Yeah, same thing with like the Sith Warrior and the Sith Inquisitor. They kind of cross paths. So if you take turns doing each quest, you could kind of piggyback together. And I remember last time I played, that was a ridiculous combo of doing the starting quest with a warrior and an inquisitor. because they cover for each other's weaknesses really nicely.
I mean, in the beginning, it's just ridiculously easy anyway. Like,
yeah, I
it's
remember when I stopped playing,
give me
they
a
nerfed it,
sword.
so it was no longer as hairy of a fight as it used to be.
Yeah.
Okay,
Yeah.
there we go. I can hear now. Whew, that was.
No, no.
I had to launch into the game. The volume was. God damn it. Just a second.
Well,
As he
anyway, I'm
pulled
gonna
up
get
Star
going,
Wars
guys.
and it blasted him.
All right. Yeah, I
You can just
got
put it in the chat.
Play. So okay, yeah, I'm on. I currently have characters on Starforge. So you're on what? Vizsla?
Satil Shan, I think.
Yeah, put it in the chat, and I'll find it and see what I've got because I forgot.
Yeah, put it in there, and we'll figure
It's
it
been
out.
decades.
Okay, so Satil Shan. Okay, I can create a character there. Are we light or dark?
Whatever you like. Just put in. I've got tons of characters already,
Is
but
level
I'll
difference
play
an
whatever.
issue, or did they fix that? I thought they fixed that, didn't they?
It's all whenever you're on a given world, you're within a range.
Yeah, it scales.
And so if you're max level, it scales you down to whatever world you're on.
Yeah, it does like the EQ did and WoW's Battlegrounds are supposed to. So it gets you within a playable range.
Yeah.
Right. Yeah, because we'll be starting new. It looks like at least I will, and then you as well, right, James?
Most likely, yeah. And put in there whether it's light or dark or both.
Yeah. So I'll catch up.
Well, like I said, what do we want to do, and then because I'll create a new one there. So what do you want to do, Jim?
I'm good with whatever. I mean, I was totally after this game gonna go putz around on it and just make a throwaway character probably.
Yeah. We want dark.
I mean, dark is always a fun one just to futz around with. They do get some of the cooler hairy quests.
All right, so we'll do dark side characters. All right.
Cool.
All right.
Right. Catch y'all later. Good night.
All right. Night.
Have a good night, guys.
See you guys.
Get the game, Christopher.
Well, it's free, so
it is free, and it's only about 40 to 50 gigs for your computer, if that's an issue.
Oh, that's
40 some gigs. It's free, but basically it limits on, I think, number of characters you can create in a server, and then also you are somewhat limited by character races, but that you unlock as you go anyways, so.
And it's not like racial difference does a big deal.
Yeah, no, it's all cosmetic mostly.
And if you guys get a chance, watch Rebel Moon. You'll like it.
Rebel Moon.
Oh, I watched it. Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh.
You've basically, as I keep telling everybody, you've seen all the movies, just not all together.
Yeah. Yep.
Okay.
All right.
Good night.
All right. Have a good night, guys.
Bye.